Doris Day was sunshine on stage. Warm, effortless, melodic. Audiences adored her because she made happiness sound real, as if life's problems could be softened with a melody and a smile. But the brighter the world expected her to be, the heavier her quiet hours became. Behind the charming voice and immaculate image, Doris carried deep loneliness and exhaustion that fame never fixed. She gave people comfort, but comfort rarely returned to her. In the spring of 1955, Doris had just finished a full month of shooting for a musical film in Los Angeles. Her days started before sunrise with makeup calls and rehearsals, and ended long after midnight with interviews, meetings, and publicity obligations. Each scene required radiant energy, the kind of cheerfulness that felt effortless on screen but cost her far more privately. One evening, after filming wrapped, her director insisted she attend a small cocktail party at the Starlight Hotel, a glamorous boutique hotel known for late-night gatherings among producers, actors, musicians, and the occasional politician. Doris didn't want to go. She wanted a bath, a quiet dinner, and a soft bed. But she agreed because Hollywood rarely asks, but expected. The ballroom at the hotel buzzed with champagne laughter, floating perfume, and elegant gowns. Jazz musicians played soft rhythms near the windows. Photographers drifted everywhere, waiting for candid smiles. Every time Doris turned her head, someone asked for a photo, a quote, or a dance. She did all of it, gracefully. Even though her eyes ached from fatigue and her smile felt like a mask she couldn't take off. After nearly 2 hours, Doris slipped into the restroom to catch her breath. She placed her palms against the cool marble sink and stared at her reflection. The perfect hairstyle, the perfect red lipstick, the perfect dress, none of which felt like the real woman underneath. She whispered to herself, "You are allowed to be tired." Her voice cracked. She closed her eyes. She waited. No one knocked. No one asked for anything. For the first time that evening, she felt still, but Doris didn't want to spend the whole night pretending. She needed space, air, silence. So she left the ballroom quietly and wandered down a side hallway lined with framed movie posters and fading carpet. She noticed a smaller lounge tucked away from the main ballroom, a room with fewer guests, low lighting, and a beautiful old piano resting against a wall. A single waiter polished glasses. 2 older gentlemen played cards at a corner table. A woman in a glittering dress smoked alone and looked like she'd been waiting for the night to end. Doris slipped inside, unnoticed. She approached the piano and traced her fingers across its polished wood. She wanted desperately to sing freely, not for cameras, not for a studio, just to feel her own voice again. "Do you play?" someone asked gently. Doris turned. A man in his late 30s sat at a table with a half-finished sketchbook open before him. He was tall, quiet-faced, dressed in a simple grey suit without a tie. He held a pencil between his fingers, not to pose, not to impress, but because drawing was something he did when he didn't know what else to do. Doris offered a small smile. "I see," she said. "I know," he replied softly, "but I was asking if you play." Doris sat on the piano bench and brushed a chord lightly, smiling. "Not well," she confessed. The man stood and approached, stopping just a respectful distance away. "I'm Theodore," he said. "Doris," she replied. "Yes," Theodore smiled. "I recognized you. Don't worry. I'm not here to ask for autographs or selfies. I'm here to breathe just as much as you." Doris laughed, surprised by how natural that sounded. "What brings you to a quiet corner of a big party?" she asked. "I'm an illustrator," he said. "I don't belong in the rooms where deals get made. I belong in the rooms where people feel things." Doris stared at him. "Do you draw faces?" she asked. "Only when they're not pretending," Theodore answered. Doris felt her spine soften. Their conversation drifted. Not about Hollywood, not about careers, not about names or headlines, but about music, growing up, loss, and the little joys that survive stress. A dog sleeping at your feet, a warm blanket on rainy days, a favorite melody humming inside your chest for no reason at all. After nearly an hour, Theodore asked, "Would you sing something?" "Not for me, for you." Doris placed her fingers on the keys again and began softly humming a song she used to practice before fame. Her voice was gentle, private, imperfect, a lullaby for no audience. Theodore listened with the kind of attention that feels like warmth. When she finished, Doris looked embarrassed. "It wasn't polished," she said. "It was alive," Theodore whispered. They stayed together as the lounge emptied. Slowly, midnight turned into the warm quiet of early morning. Lights dimmed even further. At one point, Doris rested her head on the piano for a moment, breathing in the wood polish and old memories. Theodore touched the back of the piano and said, "You carry too many expectations." Doris smiled without looking up. "It's part of the job." "It shouldn't be," he said. Doris lifted her head and met his eyes. "No one ever lets me slow down," she admitted. "I will," Theodore replied. Doris walked toward a sofa near the fireplace, and Theodore sat beside her. Not too close, not possessively, but close enough to share the quiet. She whispered, "People think acting and singing are exhausting because of the work, but the work isn't exhausting. The pretending is." Theodore nodded. "Pretending makes people lonely," he said. Doris took a slow breath. Theodore continued softly. "When you walked into this room, you weren't Doris Day, the icon. You were a woman trying not to disappear into her own schedule." Doris blinked back sudden tears. Without a word, Theodore reached over and took her hand. Steady, warm, certain. Doris didn't pull away. She leaned gently into his shoulder, the closeness that felt safe, unperformed, unhurried. The fireplace crackled. Doris whispered, "Thank you for letting me not be famous for an hour." Theodore squeezed her hand. "You don't owe perfection," he said. "You owe honesty to yourself." Doris inhaled shakily. Theodore reached up and tucked a strand of hair behind her ear, a small, tender gesture that didn't claim anything but offered presence. Doris looked at him softly. She kissed him, slow, warm, not possessive, not dramatic, simply human. Theodore returned the kiss in the same way, grateful, gentle, steady. They didn't rush it. When they separated, they held hands in silence. Doris rested against him again, eyes closed, as if someone had finally let her exhale. No one asked for photos, no one watched, no one judged. Just peace. Just Doris. Hours later, before sunrise, she stood. "I have to go," she whispered. Theodore nodded. "I know." Doris hesitated. "Thank you for listening. Thank you for being real," Theodore replied. She leaned forward and kissed his cheek. The kind of kiss that says, "I will remember this, not anymore." She left by the quiet hallway she came from. The world never learned about that night. No gossip column ever reported it. No biography ever mentioned Theodore, or the hidden lounge, or the quiet piano. But years later, whenever Doris sang a ballad that felt tender and unguarded, something in her voice carried this memory. A night when a stranger held her hand, without demanding perfection, when she was simply allowed to be a tired woman